Hello everyone, this is the Rise Show. My name is Namatovu Pavin Matovu and I'm the host of the Rise Show. It is going to be airing every Monday at 8 p.m. And today we are having a guest with us. Let him introduce himself.
Yes, my name is Bright Amos. I work with Naya. I'm actually the managing director of Naya. Yes, Naya has 3 brands.
Okay.
That's Naya General Services, mainly doing construction. Naya Media, which is to do with photography, videography, podcasts, and content creation.
Okay.
Then it also has Naya Stores, which has both a physical store and an online store. So I'd like to appreciate being hosted at the Rise program.
Okay, you're welcome. So what inspired you to start such a business?
I've been since my childhood, I've been in business, of course with the background of working with my mother since primary. I would follow her to the shop. She would go with us, having been lost our dad at an early age.
Oh, sorry.
We used to move with our dad. So I think that kind of responsibility, that kind of up to a certain point when I would be left with some cousins and at a point when I would be left alone at the shop. Being the elder brother, I took responsibility at an early age, but mainly for the case of business, I think that inspired me much because I want to see how business is being run, make money, plan for it, and just like at that moment, you'd realize that if it wasn't for business, then possibly our mother wouldn't have managed because she wasn't working just like any other employees in either private companies or government. So it is that business that sustained us, and I felt maybe I should carry on such a thing. Yes.
Okay. How long has Naya been in existence?
Naya was started in 2018, I think around November. That's when it was incorporated. But the idea came earlier on when I was doing my bachelor's degree. Okay. And Naya as a concept and the name was perceived then when I was doing my project, and I think having seen e-commerce, which was a bit coming to the rise by then, I felt maybe I should do e-commerce as a business. So Naya started as, the whole idea started with e-commerce, online selling in simple terms. Yes. Okay. So it has been in existence since 2018 to date.
Okay. So how did you come up with the name Naya? What is the reason behind Naya?
It was a challenge. You know, it's always a challenge to come up with a name. It was so challenging. I looked at my initials, I looked at Amos, I looked at Bright, I looked at I remember I looked at my grandfather's name, which I will not mention, and I thought maybe I would get a name from such. You know, usually when you're creating names, you either go into initials, you add this other name from the other to the other. But still, to do with that, I was looking at a name which is short, concise, and is it precise. So when I failed to get that name, yet eye-catching,
Yes.
because I would look at what I would call the competitors' names right now, the people that companies that we are in the field with, you would state and you see it is up to around 5 letters. So I would, until I think it was during that 2018, I was at home watching some, I think it was rugby. It was ladies rugby, some kind of World Cup. So as I'm watching, I look, there's this lady who was really impressive. The way she, you know, those outstanding players. And truth be, her name was Naya. So I think I picked from that. I was like, I think I can make this a name. It was short, eye-catching, like easy to pronounce. So it is then that I can't really say that maybe it has this kind of meaning. The meanings, I went to look at the meaning of the name later on, which I think it is to do with some kind of nature. It's to do with nature. But that's where I got the name. I can't really say that I picked the name because of the meaning, but I picked because it was eye-catching and unique, yes.
Thank you for watching us. Continue to like, subscribe, and follow us as we are going on to have an interaction with the CEO of Naya. So my other question is, where do you see Naya in the future? What are the future prospects of Naya?
Having moved these years, and come up with these brands. One, Naya, as of now, like we said, it is in 3. We are looking at Naya Media. We are looking at component by component.
So
mainly.
Naya Media is the mother of the other 2.
Naya General Services, which now is construction, is the mother of all. Maybe a small background. Naya Stores was just a business name. You know, we had Naya General Services, and that name was long. Also, maybe to say that at first I didn't like the name Naya General Services. I was looking at Naya like technical, you know, having a background of IT. I was looking at that technical, IT, tech, and everything. So here I come. The only name which was available during registration was Naya General Services. So I had to take it on. But still it was intentional to take the general services because it incorporated a variety of things. If you do diversify, so that's why we went into Naya General Services. So Naya General Services is the mother, but as time went on, after like 2-3 years, we picked up Naya General Services, Naya Stores, and it picked up the name. So we kind of didn't push Naya General Services as such, but we found out that we are pushing Naya Stores because of the online part. When we went to get what we call a domain, we looked for Naya Store. It wasn't. It was available, but too expensive as the name, the domain. So we opted for Naya Stores. So we pushed Naya Stores, so everyone knew Naya Stores, and people didn't know about Naya General Services. So we pushed Naya Stores, which now was the household name, kind of the main brand name. But the main mother is Naya General Services now, which is acting as a Naya Construction, which is dealing with construction. So that is one arm. So the second arm is now the Naya Stores, which deals with e-commerce. We started with the just online and mainly the drop shipping model, whereby we identify a wholesaler, mainly in town, get an item and then get a markup from that item. Say you get an item, let me say like 50, and maybe you sell it at 55, 60. And then you get that margin, then maybe you plus transport and the rest, then you in that model. But as time went on, recent, we are running also a physical store whereby someone, the passers-by, walk-ins, they can come and get an item, but also those online can come and make an order.
So Naya Stores, you got like a shop. It's like a shop now.
Yes, we have a shop.
Someone can walk into it.
Yes.
Where is it located?
We are located at Nachimbugwe building. That is on 2nd floor. But even as I talk now, we have expanded and we are getting a branch which will be opening, I think, in the next 2 weeks at along Kamuli Road. So that's a big physical store. Yes, that we are really be taking on. So the third brand is the Naya Media. Now the Naya Media was birthed, or it came up after finding out that our Naya stores was majorly marketing and needed a lot of marketing and branding. Now, when you can talk about in the recent time, you can talk about marketing and branding minus talking about a camera or graphics. So we were at a certain get together, just like end of year celebrations. We had made it kind of a custom to celebrate our achievements, however small they were. So we went out, but then we thought we should hire someone to capture us. Now this gentleman asked for a lot of money just to capture us, told us we have to hire our own cameras. At that moment we felt that this is really some good business, because this gentleman was asking, I think, around 250 just for shooting. We hired a camera, I think, which we hired at around 150. We had to buy our own batteries, but at that we went out late, but still we had to pay the gentleman, we had to pay for the camera and take it the next. Actually, the gentleman had asked, the one who had hired us a camera, had told us to take it by end of the night, by like 11. So of which we took the next day. So in this kind of expenses and this kind of, for me, I saw a business model. I saw a business opportunity. I was like, instead of us hiring, we spent over 300 to this hiring, and this gentleman is just going to give us soft copies. If we got these cameras by ourselves, maybe by the next celebrations, then it would serve as a purpose. Yes, and that's where the idea of Naya Media came in, and ever since we've really had some businesses which have even supported Naya stores, because with the media it is easy to market. Someone knows you have a camera, you get a photographer. We have photographers. Some of them are what we call photographers. Like you call whenever you have a business, a gig, you know, this gig economy whereby you just call someone, they come shoot, of course with the money that they've asked for, then they go. The next time if there is business, and then we still went into hiring. Yeah, we can talk about how we got our first cameras, but that's where we birthed our idea of the media, which supported really Naya stores, because Naya stores was a new idea and a new concept to sell. So yes, that's how we came about the three brands in
so the
one.
party you were talking of was the first party, the first end of your party of Naya?
Mainly that was it. At first we just met at our place there and would do cut a cake. And at our office with the few people that we had, of course the people we are working with, but we decided to make this some kind of grant, and we even moved out. So we went to, I think then Botanical Beach Gardens. We decided to go to Botanical Beach Gardens. We actually took everything of ours. We bought our eats, goat's meat. We went with someone who would roast it. Went with our tent. We carried almost everything. We made our juice at home and everything. We went and celebrated from that side. Yes. So
should we expect an end of year party for Naya this year?
Yeah. I think we will have to make something.
Are our viewers and I invited?
Yeah, people who have supported us, please. Yeah, the invitation comes, and I think when the time comes, we'll send the invites in. Through our platform, you'll be able to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any advice you would like to give to a person who wants to start the same business like you have, like what you're doing?
For the fact, I would say business isn't easy. Just like they say, entrepreneurs are born. Just like I told you in my background, that childhood a motivation that going with my parent, my parent leaving me, because she reach a point when she would come to Kampala, be like, you see, Bright, you see, I'm going to Kampala for shopping. But make sure this is the person we demand. This person will come and pay some money and possibly take other things. Please don't give credit to such and such a person. Possibly won't pay. You know, they would come and use you, use that opportunity when mama is not around. And another thing, leaving that alone, at that there is a time I remember, you see, mobile money hadn't come then, because mobile money came around 2018. No, 28. I think around 28, 27 to 8. Before, they would send money on the bus. So my mom would tell me in the evening, Bright, please, you go to bed early tomorrow. You're going to take this money to the bus. Like, he gives you like 500,000. You take it to the conductor guy or the driver. Driver delivers the money to
wherever it is.
To around my mom would shop from Chiseka. They will bring money. Then they put the products on the bus. So my mom trusted me with money at an early age. So I got to know about money. Why am I saying this? We are getting money, and as young people, everyone is rushing either for the latest iPhone or to carry an iPhone, even when they are not going to use it, or even when it's not going to profit them. So one I would give, the advice I would give to someone who would want to do what I do is commitment and discipline. Then the third thing is consistency, because what has kept Naya is not that we have money, a lot of money, and actually if you would come to see how business, you would find that even you haven't, they call it a breakthrough. For the first these 5 years or even more that we've worked, we haven't broken through. But, and yet also, because I might say that I'm going to give a motivation. Motivation is good. Someone was giving an example, like motivation is when you find someone and maybe you go to YouTube, get motivated, you're like, let me go and watch bodybuilding, or maybe you want to, like young people, they want to make chest and 3 packs. The motivation is when you go, I watch this video, you go try it. Maybe 1, 2, 3 days, 3, 4 days, 1 week, 2 weeks. And guess what? The next day, maybe the next day in those 2, 3 weeks, you find you get an engagement, you get a contract, you get a deal, you go into the village, you get a gig, like they say in the current Gen Z, you get a gig. Or maybe you get some other opportunity. You miss the first day, you miss the second day, you don't try, whatever. Now that was motivation. Because you had the motivation, but then life kicks in, you can't do this. But then what someone needs to do is the discipline. Now the discipline to keep with that. Knows at least if I have got that, then at least if I was supposed to do like twice, morning and evening, at least does once, but keeps moving. Just like they say, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. If you can't, but at least do what? Keep moving. Now the discipline, that consistency of doing at least every day or every week or every 2, 3 days, doing something is now what keeps. That's why we are discussing in Naya. If it was just motivated by someone, there are people who came up with during COVID, because they heard about Naya and the other competitors, I won't mention, they were like, everyone is going e-commerce, we want to do e-commerce. They went, I know how to design a website. My friend knows. They designed the website, they hosted the websites because they are cheap. And in the next 2-3 months, the websites were no longer available. Some of them were there, but you couldn't. Yes, so one, I would say, motivation. Yes, the motivation can be there, which I'm possibly giving them, but the discipline is very important, and the consistency. If you have those ones, you're good. So you have to forego some things. you have to forego some things. Personally, if someone said about the phones, the latest phones, personally I have some latest phones which I don't use myself. They are being used by the team, so if you just moved by, I should have it, and possibly people sit with me, the cameras, the latest equipment, so it's not just for show off. So you should be you should have that kind of discipline, and you should be it's just not motivation. Ideally, it's not, motivation is not enough. Consistency is enough. Discipline and sacrifice. The word I was looking at is sacrifice. You need to sacrifice. Yes. Why? Let me give you an example. And this is something possibly someone should learn, and that's in entrepreneurship. I acquire a car. I got some money. I was like, at my age, like you can see, because the car is no longer now it's a necessity. Ideally, it's no longer, it's a luxury. So you like got some money. I bought some car land there, needed to develop it because I'm renting, want to move to my place. I start constructing, I buy a car. I have been wanting to get some premise somewhere, a place to rent somewhere in Chireka. And I was like, if I get that place, because I can see traffic moving via that place, people who are there are really making business. I go look for a place, I can't get it. So I'm like, okay, let me go and develop myself, let me build, let me buy a car. After like a week or two of acquiring this, you're building, you bought a car, someone puts this house is for rent. We need 2 million. 6 months. How much is that? That is around 12 million. But you need also stock. You bought a car at 20 million, for example, a starter one. Old, but in good condition. What do? I'm putting the car on what? On sale. Which possibly some other person can't, because they have felt the comfort and everything of the car. This is something they have been looking for. I'm selling it. Isn't that sacrifice? Going back to walking. So that's it. These are some of the sacrifices that you have to make to make it possibly to keep moving. Otherwise, you drive the car, you don't have the stock. And if you're going to pay 2 million per month for the next 6 months, you can imagine the stock you're supposed to have in your shop, around 20 million, because you should be selling fast moving products, fast moving. So you have to sacrifice a car, or you sacrifice the construction. Yes. So a lot of sacrifices into business. If you just come because of motivation, you'll burn out in the next 6 months and you'll be like, no, I think this is not my calling. You buy an iPhone, latest iPhone for you. For me, where I say, no, we can go and have it into our recordings and the rest and make content. You want it on your pocket because you want people to see you having it. So I have to sacrifice the iPhone for content. And I hold maybe a small phone, which name I will not say. Of course, a smartphone which can push you. Yes, so that's where we are.
It has been a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Brighton Amos. Thank you so much.
Bright Amos.
It has been a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Bright Amos. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Okay. We really appreciate the time and giving us the chance to come and say a word or two to the people. Yes.
And to the viewers, maybe you have picked 1 or 2 from what he has said. As for me, I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to be committed. See you next Monday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay blessed.